Media is so saturated our culture that we just tend to think everybody's watching that, so it's no big deal, and we just kind of let it wash into our homes and wash through our culture without considering what is really in there. And as parents, we really just can't afford that luxury if we want our kids to remain pure. And so it's important that we recognize that we need to be intentional about how much time we spend and about what we view, about the books we read, about the magazines that our kids may see lying around the house. Making intentional choices about that. Now be aware, not every family is going to make the same choices, but the key is, did you think about why you made them? If you know anything about pornography, it's so addicting and it's just like poison. And for someone to be exposed at that young age and then start to get more and more curious is just feeding a monster that will show up a little bit later in life. It's important that our boys know how to guard their eyes. Dads, you know the biggest thing you can do with your daughter is just to get your arms around her as often as you can, is just to have her sit on your lap as often as you can, is just to tell her you love her and she's beautiful as often as you can. Because if she doesn't receive that from you, she will look for it anywhere. She will look her whole life. There is nothing like the skin hunger that happens when a young lady has not been touched by her dad. And it will propel her into relationships that may hurt her whole life long. So tell her that you love her. Touch her. Touch your young men. Hug them. Do things that are appropriately manly, but touch them, please. So we learned about the 5 senses as kids. Now we're grown up. Let's see them for what they are. The 5 senses are the doors to the heart. They're the ways that we guard our hearts and we prepare ourselves and our families for a lifestyle of purity. Who's going to raise up the generation that's going to be warriors? Who's going to raise up the people who will stand for what's right when no one around them is standing for that? That's up to us. And sometimes we'll have to make hard decisions, but it'll be worth it, not just for our children, but for the generations to come.